right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Just Acting Up Show. Man, you got your boy Joffy in the building, ready to get the show started. Hey, Tashay, how you doing today, sister?
Hey, Joffrey. Good to be here.
Yeah, we are very happy to be here, ladies and gentlemen. We're very happy. So we're gonna get this show started. This is Thanksgiving week, so we hope you got your Thanksgiving food. But we're gonna talk about all that in the show. We got
Mhm.
entertainment news. We got breaking news. It's just me and Tashay holding it down today, as Mike and Chris stepped out for the day, just to take care of family business and family issues. But we still gonna have a good time. All this and more. Just acting up show. Let's go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are here to Just Acting Up Show. Like I mentioned earlier, Chris and Mike, they're off taking care of business. But you got, your boy Joffy and Tashay. That rhyme right there. So, sis, how you doing today?
I'm doing good. It's good to be here. Just getting ready for Thanksgiving.
You ready? Thanks. You too, honey. Did you get everything ready? You went to the store and everything.
I have half of what I need, and I know the other half of what I need to get. I'm gonna make it work. If I have to go to 5 stores to get what I need, hey,
Yeah.
that's what I gotta do. But trust and believe it's gonna be pulled off this year.
Ooh, man, I'm gonna say a prayer for everybody in the stores, man. I'm not. I don't. I should start cooking Thanksgiving food. I never have tried it for myself by myself because I always have people be cooking and inviting me over. So I don't know. I'm gonna take a stab at it this year, or I don't know. We'll think about it. We'll think about it. We'll see.
Well,
Well,
see, this year I'm taking a little break. I have this Thanksgiving alongside of my mother-in-law
mhm,
for the last maybe 3 years
yeah,
straight. And that's a lot. And I'm like, look here, man. Don't be trying to pack up a ton too early to me now. Okay, I'm happy. But look, we did so well together.
yeah.
And this year we're gonna be spending Thanksgiving in Dallas. So we're not
Nice.
even gonna be home. So it's gonna be a little different atmosphere. I'm bringing a dish this time instead of me helping cook everything. So
Yeah,
that's exciting. I'm gonna get to enjoy myself and lay back and chill this year.
that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Cool. It's gonna sound good, man. And, yeah, and you know what? I'm ready. If I go to somebody's house, I'm ready for the Thanksgiving clap back. Y'all throw them jokes at me if y'all want to. I'm coming with some fire. I'm talking about. I'm type of things I'm coming with is with you want to fight me afterwards. I don't care. I don't care. You
You
want to
know
hear
what?
something? You want to hear? Let
No,
me, let
don't
me show
clap back too hard, but let's see what you got.
Okay, you want to see what I got? Okay, okay. Let me see. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show y'all real quick what I got. Um, Let me see here. Go. Where is it? Okay, Thanksgiving clack back. So we're gonna try this out real quick. So somebody will say, "You still talk to that little nappy headed girl?" And I said, "Do you still get folded like a wallet by Miss Shirley's husband?" Oh, somebody gonna fight some.
Oh, you being messy, messy. You being messy. That's what you're gonna come in there and do. Be messy. You're gonna be messy, grab your plate of food, and then dip. I know your kind.
Walk out.
And now it's gonna be a fight somewhere up in there. You can't just go to people's house store and stuff like that.
No,
There.
you can't. Y'all can't be going to people's house and just start like this. This is another one I came up with. Ain't you about to lose your house? And I said, ain't you about to go to jail for those PPP loans?
It's gonna be in there with Diddy. You know, I'm just
We been to fight. I ain't gonna say no
like,
more.
hey, you know too much. You know too much. Let's take a walk outside real quick. You know too much, obviously. Well,
Look,
let's take a little walk.
let's take a little walk. Hold on, youngster. You can't come at me like that. Nah, yeah, you can't come at me like that. But y'all, yeah, but y'all be careful with these.
Meet me outside.
Real quick. Somebody taking their plate outside and eating while.
Hey, you notice when somebody goes, let me have a word with you real quick. It's never good. It's never good. Don't go.
No, no, they got that thing. They got that Joel Osteen. You ready for you to meet Jesus. So yeah, y'all be careful with these Thanksgiving clapbacks. Hold on, the sun is shining up from y'all be careful with these Thanksgiving clapbacks. All right, I'm just saying
Now
these are
look,
yeah
I
yeah.
have to have one for my own now because somebody always coming up to me trying to touch on my hair and stuff, and I'm gonna have
Mm-hmm.
to. Is this your hair? I'm be like, is that your traction on your wig? Is that your track? I think I see it. You
uh,
must then use that
mm-hmm.
lace glue right or something.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. See it, boy, they be playing too. See, they be playing too much. And then you always got there's always somebody in the family members that got them gut punching ones. Like, for example, somebody will say, "Hey, didn't your dog die yesterday?" And then somebody will say, "Well, yeah, just like your relationship." I got I got to fight you now. I
But
got to fight
you
you
know,
now. No, no, I'm telling y'all, be careful
you
with them
gonna have
Thanksgiving
the
clap.
room quiet. That's what you gonna have. You ever been in a room where somebody say something and the whole room just stop like,
Yep. Oh, oh, I wouldn't take that. Y'all be careful with them Thanksgiving clapbacks, man. Like just remember you at grandma's house. You just be nice, man. The family don't get together like this often. Be careful with these Thanksgiving clapbacks, y'all.
y'all don't
Oh,
let y'all get y'all in trouble.
if y'all
Be on y'all best behavior. Okay.
record it so I can see it. So I want to see these fights.
Okay. Be on y'all best. Don't send it. Don't.
Speaking of best behavior, man. The the Beehive is coming to the NRG Stadium for Christmas Day. We're gonna bring this up again, but the tickets are already on sale. I didn't see how much it costs, and I'm off that day. I'm debating if I will go see I mean, hey, Texas tailgating, Texas game, Beyonce concert. I just might pop out and show. Hey, you think about? Well, no, you said you're gonna be somewhere else for Christmas Day, right, sir?
Not for Christmas. For Thanksgiving, I'm
Okay.
being down. But for Christmas, hopefully, I will be here. Um, haven't gotten that far yet
Yeah, yeah.
for planning. Because
Mhm.
December is so packed for me. Y'all don't understand. Like almost
Yeah.
everybody that I know, birthdays in December. My twins'
Mhm.
birthday is in December. My husband's birthday is on January the 1st. My best friend's on the 26th. I'm saying I'm packed in December. So I most likely will be here. Um, but do not forget that I love me some Beyonce.
Mhm.
And I might have to try to snatch me some of them tickets. Okay?
Mhm. I'm
Come on
telling
now.
you.
And she's gonna be singing some of her country songs. I don't know
Oh yeah.
about y'all, but I loved her country album. I
Oh
think
yeah.
this might be a moment that we just don't have to partake. Y'all, let's show up for Beyonce. She has had a rough time with her country stuff, how they treated her.
Mhm.
As Houston, we need to stand up for Beyonce. We have our hometown big superstar coming to our city. Lil Wayne couldn't
Mhm.
go to Louisiana and do his thing for the Super Bowl. I'm not trying to be
Mhm.
messy, but yeah, we take care of ours out here in Houston. Come on down. Yeah,
Yeah.
we gotta support Beyonce.
We got to. We got to. They gonna show up and show out. Many gonna come far, and it's the Ravens. Yeah, we gonna get the Baltimore Ravens. So yeah,
It ain't
most
gonna be no
definitely.
purple in there. It ain't gonna be no purple.
Yeah, man, we gonna show up and show out. They're like, I'm here for
It's not gonna
Beyonce.
be no purple.
You already know. I'm
It's
taking.
not gonna be no
I
purple.
Man, look, I'm telling you, no purple, man. I'm taking Metro Rail to because like where my apartment is, I can I'm shut up. I ain't gonna say that because I don't need nobody calling me, Joff, Joff, let me park at your apartment. Get your car towed.
You gotta have that permit.
You can park at my apartment if you want to. But yeah, man, I'm definitely gonna be looking at those ticket prices and see if I can slide on in there to watch the game and to watch Beyonce concert. Um,
That would be dope. That would be
yeah,
dope.
yeah, it
We're
would
gonna have
be.
to get some footage too. If you go and nobody else and just acting up, go. We're gonna have to get some footage so we can show
Oh
everyone
no,
the performance and everything. But yeah, that's
oh
dope. I
most
mean, I
definitely.
really I don't know who did this to make this move, but I thought that was a great idea.
Yeah, and I think they're gonna showcase it on Netflix. I think but um, I can't. I got to double check and make sure. But the Netflix glitches, y'all, please get this stuff right, please. I mean, I did not watch the fight, because I already knew it was gonna happen. Y'all, come on now. But I did not predict the glitches, and I was watching a different show, and I'm over there like, man, ain't nothing to glitch on my Netflix. I'm fine. But everybody else is just saying the glitches is ridiculous because everybody was logging on, and at the same time, people mad because Mike Tyson butt cheeks was a screensaver for the, the time being. So pause, no diddy. But but yeah, man. Hopefully they get everything situated before the games start airing more on Netflix.
Okay, but do you know that they have started a Tyson challenge where these guys is coming out with their butt cheeks out? Uh, let's put an end to this challenge, please, for the sake of eyeballs all over the world.
Like y'all, please, man.
Let's stop this now. Okay.
Yeah, please, y'all. We don't want to be seeing everybody yams. Those not the type of yams I want to see. First and
Mm-mm,
foremost,
please.
I don't want to see
We
it.
beg of you.
That's please, man.
Now on to something else.
Please. No, those not these not the yams we want to see, y'all. Come on, y'all stop playing games now. Not no more. Onto some more serious news, real quick before we close this out. We had to cover this because we just have to. The Botham civil case. So pretty much the shade room says that the family of the Botham Jean issues statement after jury awards the 98.65 million in damages for the civil case regarding his 2018 death. Yeah, we had to talk about this real quick, ladies and
Oh
gentlemen.
wow.
Before that's yeah. Um, I actually remember when this happened as well too. So,
Yeah.
um, the article goes on to say the family of Botham Jean celebrated as a huge victory in court, according to Fox 4 News. Jurors awarded the Jean family nearly 100 million in the civil trial against former Dallas police officers. Amber, I say Amber Guyton.
Mm.
As we previously reported, jurors found Geiger acted with malice or was reckless in the shooting of Botham Jean in 2018. The off duty officer shot the 26-year-old after she mistakenly entered his apartment instead of hers at the South Side Flats. Geiger is, I think that's how you pronounce the name, is currently serving a 10-year prison sentence for Jean's murder. Reports show that the damages for the family were received includes about 60 million in punitive damages and 38.6 million in compensatory can't talk today damages. The 98 the 98 yeah, okay, I'm just trying to make sure it's not going over and over the same thing again. But yeah, they pretty much will be awarded that. And I remember this is sad and unfortunate this happened. Um, I know money doesn't always, you know, cure the loss of a loved one.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure that that they'll use that money to get use, but hearts and prayers to their family, and also to that officer that what she did. We hate that she did that right there, but yeah,
Yeah.
man. Sad news, but I'm glad that that they were taking their order something, and the officer will now be serving time for that heinous act. So yeah,
But it's just good to see justice being served. You
yeah,
know, it's good
yeah.
to see justice
That's
being served for something that we all know was a terrible, terrible thing to have to go
mhm,
through. And it's been a long fight. That it's been a long fight. Did you hear when this stuff started? I mean, it's been a long time. They've been fighting this for a while, and it's good to see them finally get something from this terrible experience and having to have to bury a loved one way before his time, and the simplest
Yeah.
act like this. It's just really good to
Mm,
see them get what they deserve.
yeah. Yeah. I agree. So, and like you said, justice was served, then they got, awarded that amount of money. Um and that goes to show that police officers can't we hear it and see it all the time, but I wish that police officers would do make better decisions in taking people's life and shooting, and people. We need police officers with a clear head going into these situations. Um, because I ain't gonna lie, there's some times where my mind be thinking about that, like when a police officer passed by me and be like late at night, and I'm trying to get home, and I'm like, even and I work with police officers. I'm a security guard, but just me not having my uniform on and looking like somebody to fit the description, bald head and beard, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, there's a lot of us that look like this, but it's just sad and unfortunate that this happened. And I'd be thinking like, man, like I really hope that whatever police officer pull me over or approach me, that they have a pure heart and a level head, and that they know how to use their words and don't always quickly go for their gun, especially if I'm not a threat. Um, so like I said, hearts and prayers on both sides.
Yep.
Shout out to the good officers. I'm not
Hmm.
bashing police officers. Shout out to the good ones. There are a lot of good ones out there. So
They are. They are. There are a lot of good ones.
yeah,
And there's some sour ones too. But
yeah.
at the end of the day, when something does happen, it's good to see justice get served.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have the Critics Corner coming up with breaking news and movies that you should go out and check out and see with your family or just yourself. All that and more.
Mhm.
Just acting up show. Stay locked in. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Critics Corner. It's where we talk about breaking news and all the films that you need to be watching. But before we talk about the Critics Corner, slide on over to the Office VIP room and see more of my shenanigans because I'm always up to something. I'm always doing something silly. So, Joffrey VIP room, like, share, comment, and subscribe. So, with that being said, let's go and get into this. Um, First of all, let's get this out the way because I was kind of mad for a minute. Jonathan Majors,
Mhm.
you heard about what happened to him? About pretty much his ex girlfriend dropped the charges.
Hmm.
Like, Lord Jesus, boy, I tell you, after all,
After all he has lost and went through, now you want to drop the charges.
now you want to drop the charge. Now, ma'am, now you want to drop the charges, ma'am. So,
I'm happy that she did though.
yeah, I mean, yeah, I am, and hopefully everything he lost, he gets back
Yeah.
more than his cup gonna overflow with blessings.
Yes.
Not only that, but real quick, him and Megan Good are engaged. So
Okay. Well,
yeah, shout out to them, and I wish them nothing but peace and
definitely.
blessings. And everybody stop hating on their relationship. Leave them people alone.
Please.
They in love. Yeah, my goodness. Also, let's all go out to the movies. Let's go out to the movies. Man, these films are out. Number one, Piano Lesson is out on Netflix right now. Y'all need to watch that.
Yes.
It- yeah, John David Washington, Samuel Jackson,
Hmm.
Daniel, man, that cast is just stacked. I saw the stage play a couple years ago, and even though they switched some of the characters, still flawless. Y'all need to watch that. And shout out to Andrea Bowman, who was the hairstylist for that film.
Shout
Man,
out to Miss Bowman.
yeah, man. And
I
she went
love
out
you
to
so
the
much, brother.
yeah, man. And she went out to the premiere of it as well too.
Mm-hmm.
She said she had nothing but a great time.
Yeah.
So yeah, so most definitely. And Red One with Dwayne the Rock Johnson, Lucy Liu,
Mm-hmm.
Chris Evans, J.K. Simmons, Bonnie Hunt. Man, y'all go see that. Red One, I heard is really, really good. Santa Claus has been captured, so y'all need to go see what happens when hopefully they do save Santa. Hopefully, I didn't see it yet, but I heard some great things.
Oh yes. And Moana 2 is coming to the big stage. Woo!
Yeah.
I cannot wait to go see this movie with my girls. Everyone take your kids to go see Moana 2. Y'all
Mhm.
know that Moana 1 did amazing numbers. We have The Rock is back. He
Mhm.
came on the show and talked about it. And this one has a different kind of story, different kind of lesson. So let's all go and support it. Moana 2 will be out.
And they already getting the live action started as well too. They showed a quick picture of the Rock in his Maui fit. So yeah, definitely looking forward to Moana. Take my daughter to go see it. And let's not forget, Are You Not Entertained? Gladiator 2, Denzel Washington, Pedro Pascal,
Mhm.
another stellar cast. I get my popcorn ready to go watch Gladiator 2 as well. So yeah. So everybody already said Denzel delivers. Like we already know that. But we just want to
Give it
see
to me one more time, Josh.
it.
Oh, you're not entertained. Give it to me one more time.
Are you not entertained? So yeah.
Hey.
Yeah. Man, go see Gladiator 2. Um,
Mhm.
man, I'm telling you, it's really good. So also, um, other news, Katt Williams, he is opening his own studio in Alabama. He said
Mhm.
that you can't put all the pressure on Tyler Perry. So
Hmm.
come on. So he followed in other footsteps like 50 Cent and other moguls out there, open up their own studios. So if Alabama, hey, that's dope.
That is.
That's dope. So Cat Williams can do no wrong in my eyes. So yeah, so yeah, I'm telling you. So yeah. But I'm happy to see that because that opens up more work for others. So Alabama about to be another hot spot for us, up and comers. Um,
Yes.
and two other series to watch: State of the Jackal and Alex
Mhm.
Cross. Both of them are really really hot right now. A lot of people have been online talking about these shows, talking about the series. You need to check
Mhm.
out both of them during this time period to catch up. I got to binge watch. I got a lot of binge watching to do, so
Yes, me
y'all need to
too.
check out. Yeah, definitely got to check out both of them, and also from
Last
gets
week. Oh, go ahead.
yeah from. Oh my bad. From gets a fourth season. Everybody's been talking
Mhm.
about From. Oh, man, this shit's scary. But why you watching it? Because it's good. So so yeah, so From is another good series that everybody need to be binge watching as well. Um, I gotta watch that. I gotta catch up.
Yeah.
It's very good.
I seen one and two, but I need to catch up. I need to get myself prepared for four. But
Yeah.
lastly, go ahead and hit us with the lastly, Mr. Chuff.
And the last thing, sad news, good news, but sad news. Euphoria is about to start filming again, but
Mm-hmm.
unfortunately, Storm Reed will not be joining for season three. She said everything has gone right. She loves everybody, cast, crew, and everything, but it's time for her to, I don't know, maybe she might come back. So you just never know. But yeah, Storm Reed will not be a part of season three for Euphoria. So so yeah, man, wish her nothing but the best. She's very talented too. So
Very talented.
very talented. So yeah, and that is all for entertainment and breaking news on the Critics Corner. Go binge watch. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So don't go anywhere. We have a actress coming in for her very first interview, podcast interview. That is. So you know it's gonna be
Mhm.
dope. Althea Lee is joining us. So don't go nowhere. Stay locked into Just Acting Up Show. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. So we have a very, very special guest here on the Just Acting Up show. Now, let me be professional. Get my glasses out. Here we are. So
Very,
there we are. So she is a SAC-E actress. Is that correct?
that's correct. Still hanging on to that E.
Still hanging on to the E. And she is a mother and a wife. Is that correct?
That is correct. Yeah, both of those check.
Check, check, check. Okay, I'm right so far. So, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, round of applause for Althea.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you
No, thank you,
for
pleasure.
having me. It's so good to
Thank you.
be here.
Yes. It's so great to
Oh,
have you
thank you
here.
so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Is this your first time on a podcast?
It is like I've been in the industry for about 4.5 years, and this is the first
Yeah.
one. So you're breaking me in. Thank you so much for having me.
Hey!
I listen to your podcast, but yeah, this is the first time I've been on one. So this is super cool.
Awesome,
Oh,
awesome.
thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, we have our very first. Thank you. Hey, we're gonna add in the celebration later on. We definitely add in that later on. But thank you for joining us. And well, let's go ahead and get started. So, Althea, tell us where you're originally from.
You know, I am homegrown from Houston, Texas. My parents moved here a month before I was born. So I am native to Houston, which I guess is a rare thing from what I hear.
Hey,
Yeah, I was almost a New Yorker, and then they came here to Texas to work in oil and gas. My dad was a commercial artist, which is, you know, now I guess they call them graphic designers. And so yeah,
mm,
that brought us to Houston, Texas.
wow.
Awesome.
Mhm.
Why every time we keep
I'm
talking?
from Houston too.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Native.
same here, same here. And it's funny that you said New York. For the past, I don't know, for our past guests, it's like it just people just been getting tied to New York from some
Mhm.
weird way. So I don't know. Maybe that's the universe telling us, Althea, we got to get to New York some kind of way. I don't know what it
I think
is.
so. Yeah, Houston and New York,
Definitely.
strong
Yeah,
partnership. Mhm.
something like that. Something like that. So
Yeah.
yeah.
So, Job, well, I know my family is originally from Louisiana, and
Mhm.
they kind of came to Houston like maybe 10 years before I was born.
Mhm.
But, Job, how about you?
I'm originally from Houston. My dad's side of the family is from Louisiana, Alexandria, Louisiana. That's where the last name Joffrion comes from. So I got some kind of Louisiana roots in there. And
Mhm.
just like your family out there, my grandma, she moved from Louisiana to Houston and then got my dad and uncle, brought them over here. And then my dad met my mom and they made my twin sisters and me. Um, so yeah,
Mhm.
just moving
Yeah.
around everywhere.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, that's I mean, hey, one big happy happy Houston family.
You know, I tell you, I think my parents are immigrants. They came over from Hong Kong, and my dad landed in Minnesota to go to the School of Arts over there.
Mhm.
And he had never seen snow. He was freezing, didn't have a parka, nothing. He's from Hong Kong. My parents are from
Yeah,
Hong Kong, which
Mhm.
is an island, very
yeah.
tropical.
Right.
And so once he was working on Madison Avenue in New York as a commercial artist. And I think after 10 years of that, he was just like, this is the pits. Like, I don't like driving in it. I don't like walking in it. I'm going to take this job where it's kind of like hometown. So
Mhm.
he
Yeah.
got to where the weather was more tropical.
He said,
Yes, and definitely hot out here. I know he's like, okay, this is more like it.
I never have to drive in snow, but that was not the case the past couple of years.
Until a few years ago, when it did
oh,
snow, we was all like, "What is going on?"
Yeah, we're confused in Houston. We don't
we
know
are
what.
very very confused. So
That's what we were talking about. You know how, and plus winter's coming, so we're kind of getting prepared, and it's already a little cold. I seen this video. It was like, "Okay, Houston, don't get no colder than this. Let's stay right here."
Right here, just like today,
Yeah.
sun is out, the clouds are in the sky. Yeah, it's
yeah,
perfect.
please,
Mhm.
please. So Althea, let's go ahead and get into the questions.
Mhm.
And so finish this sentence for me.
Mhm.
I act because.
Because I love growing. I love
Mm,
growing um, creatively and intellectually
yeah.
and experientially. I love it. It's a huge learning curve for me. as I've fallen into the industry about 5 years ago. So I still feel like a newbie in this industry. So everything is new. I feel like
Yeah.
I'm seeing things for the first time, and I'm loving it. It's a lot of fun.
Love
So,
that.
what inspired you to start your acting journey?
I actually, my previous career, I was an art director. So I followed my father's footsteps. I graduated from UT Austin with a arts degree, studio arts, and I got into advertising as an art director, worked for Ogilvy right out of the bat. Was in that industry for about 20 years. And then when I started a family, I just took a break, long break. And then one thing that I really loved about being creative in that field is just the visual, the composition, everything I could lay out perfectly, and I could see things in my mind. So I was always laying things out for clients for them to see visually. I always was very jealous of everybody who got to go on set because I would do things
Mm,
for commercials and set them up, but I never got to be on set. It was usually the creative directors and then also the writers because they had to be there to change the script last minute. So I never got to visit a set. When I was in high school, I used to model, so I used to do a little bit of that. But yeah, I kind of fell into the industry serendipitously. My daughter, she's grown and flown out of the house, but she was in theater all throughout high school. And somewhere in the middle, she said, "Oh, I like to model." She was tall, slender, beautiful.
yeah.
And I was like, "Well, that's great, but you need to know where you're going for your future. So not yet."
Mm,
So I held
mm,
her off and I wanted her to mature a little bit.
Mhm.
And time after she was a senior in high school, I said, "Okay, if you're interested in modeling still, I'm happy to sign you up." She knew that she was going to end up going to UT Austin. And so she got signed immediately with the Neil Hamill agency, and started doing runway and auditioning. And she's natural. She felt very comfortable in front of the camera. About a year later, we were walking in Japan on tour as a family and just looking around. And in the city, my son saw one of those jumbotrons and had these two
mm,
little Japanese kids walking down the runway. And he was 5 at the time, and
yeah.
said, "Mom, that I want to do that." And I was like, "Oh, that's what your sister
Oh.
does." And so we open casting and asked them if they would sign Nathan, and they said, "Yeah, sure, we'd love to have him." And, "Hey, Mom, what about you?" It's like
Mm,
nobody's gonna hire me. I'm old and I don't have any experience and I haven't done this in years. And they
yeah.
said, "No, you should try it out." Like, we had an Asian mom who just left the agency to move to Chicago, and she was getting booked or auditioning at least 3 times a week. And I was like, I look, if somebody would actually hire me, then I will sign on the dotted line. But this is probably not an area that I'm gonna do well in. But if you think I'm
Mm,
hireable, I'm fine. And so they signed me, and being on the art direction side, I was like, okay, I'm going to treat this like a business. I come from
mm,
a family of entrepreneurs, and I'm going to line things up. I'm going to get my headshots before anything. I'm going to sign myself up for acting classes so I know how to audition. I'm going to, make sure I have all the pieces I need. And
Mhm.
so I just lined it up, treated it like a small business,
mhm,
and just jumped right into it. And yeah, they were right. I guess when I was growing up, they didn't have a huge industry for diversity, especially for Asian Americans. So, I was just this tall, lanky Chinese girl, and I was with Paige Parks at the time, and people just weren't looking for that diversity back then. And so I thought, okay, well, that's not the industry for me.
Mhm.
And so I was really surprised when I got back into it. And it's been a lot of fun.
It's
yeah.
amazing. Amazing.
And that,
I'm also signed to know him.
Oh my goodness, amazing. Okay, very cool. I can't believe we've never worked together. I feel as
I
though, yeah.
actually just signed with them last year. So I'm
Okay.
still trying to get acclimated into their systems. When I started, I'd already had some other things that I already, been doing theater and I had shows. So it's just taking me just a little bit longer to get into everything and get the groove of everything. But
Yeah.
I'm happy to have my Neil Hamill sister here on the show.
Hey, I know it's a great family. Like I said, I had a choice when I first started looking, and I felt like when I was younger, I had walked for Paige Parks and for Neil Hamill, and at the time, Neil Hamill, they were like, "You're a little too short to be a model for us," and I was like, "Okay, that's fine. I'll just kind of do my thing." And since I was an art director, I worked with a lot of photographers who just needed me for commercials and that sort of thing. But then when my kids wanted to get back into it, because I didn't have a great, huge success with Paige Parks, I just thought I'll try Neil Hamill again. And I'm happy with them because I feel as though they're small enough to see
Mm-hmm.
people who they have, and
Mhm.
it's been good so far.
Yeah.
Um, I will say during COVID, things kind of slowed down for everybody.
Yes.
Everybody slowed down to like a standstill. And so at that time, because I was already out of contract, I started snooping around to agencies outside of Houston. And
Mm-hmm.
so I took that opportunity to sign with Campbell over in Dallas. And so that way it
Mm-hmm.
kind of gives me a little bit of extra.
Yeah.
So,
I love that too.
Mhm.
Go ahead, Tisha.
no, I was just saying that's awesome.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I love that too, and I was gonna say that too. For representation really does matter, and I know like over the years, doors are starting to open up for you know, for you, like you said, yourself and Asian and for us as well too. And there's always our groups where we have to like really scratch and claw and fight for it. But I think
Mhm.
I've been seeing things change. Have you been seeing change over the years with representation?
Oh, absolutely. I
Yeah.
mean, in Hollywood for sure with, I think it crazy. Oops, sorry about that. That's really loud. Crazy Rich Asians kind of was the big
Yeah.
hit recently, but even Joy Luck Club, that was huge to have
Yeah.
that be an all AAPI cast. You see it more commercially. They need more and just, everything size wise, also, uh culturally diverse. I love
Mhm.
that they're embracing all of it, realizing that it's not just what we have always had in the past
Right.
50 years. And, as people of color, we're used to seeing, mostly an Anglo cast or
Yeah.
Anglo white commercially. But, to be able to see people of color, it's like, oh, you really take notice of that, especially when you can identify with the people that you're seeing. So it's
Yeah.
great that they finally are
Yeah.
Yes,
representing.
yes, the representation is needed, and I mean for everyone. Um, because I've always said there's beauty in every shade and every color and
Mhm.
every shape and every body. So it's good to see that amongst TV more and film and just being able to get the same kind of opportunities. It's just it's opening up, and it's nothing in our way anymore. We can just we can thrive and we can be successful.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree more. I still think there's a ways to go, but it is
Yeah.
interesting how our industry is probably the only industry where they can be specific about race and color. And
Hmm.
maybe that's good, maybe that's not so great, but it's great because they are at least being more inclusive in that way. And I'll audition for everything if
Yeah.
it's a role for a white person, I'll audition for it. For a man, I'll audition for it. I don't think if they see something that they like, then they'll pull you in. They're not. I think they're thinking, okay, let's just try to make sure this is inclusive, and
Mm.
yeah, hopefully that'll broaden even more. But I do get a lot of, I noticed that there are certain roles that I'm getting a lot of these days, and a lot of them are medical roles, which I'm perfectly happy. But yes, I do see, I mean, rightly so, there are probably a lot of Asians in medicine, but yeah, I am seeing a lot of that.
Yeah.
It's
Hey,
crazy.
look, I'll take it. Like,
We all get that. I've seen a lot of teacher roles. I was like, a teacher or a librarian. I'm like, can I get an assassin or something?
I get like a menace to society, something.
yeah, give me something else to really sink my teeth into. Something. Yeah, but I love that, and I love Crazy Rich Asians too. I was right there when I saw like, oh, this is really good. So,
Yes.
yeah, so many films, but yeah,
I
so
had questions. I was like, oh, is this really how?
Trust me, there are a lot of crazy Asians out there. Probably not that rich. Yeah, I mean, everybody, even the main actress, she ended up coming from a very wealthy family. I continue to read the rest of the series, but yeah, I thought that was funny.
yeah,
It's like to me, it's like opening a door to a culture that I really don't get to see a lot of, or really get exposure to. So I really loved watching it because I was like, oh, okay. It was like different, and I enjoyed the show a lot.
Yeah. I just the food alone. And we had never been to Singapore. I have a lot of Singaporean friends, and so we ended up going there just because the food in the show just was mouth watering. It's very specific to Singapore, and everything about like running around to the different street vendors and food trucks. Like that's what you do. Like when you go to Asia, it's all about eating your way through the country.
Definitely could do that. Yeah, Singapore is actually on my list of places I want to go to. I gotta save because I heard it's like really expensive out there, from what I've been told.
Yeah, I think rent like just hotels and that sort of thing are pretty pricey. I think you can make your way if you did it DIY on your own and got some Airbnbs. They have public transport. We never had a rent or anything. So it's a very walkable city. Same with Taiwan. We had just gone there years ago, and that's where my husband's from. But of course, it looks nothing like what it was years ago. And so same, we just did it on our own and did public transportation. And so it's a really easy to travel type city. Yeah.
Oh, nice. I love traveling too. Definitely gonna put that on the list. So,
Yes.
go ahead, Shay.
Okay. So how was the transition from modeling into acting? Was it a big transition for you, or did your experiences with modeling help with your acting?
I feel as though when you're modeling, you are somewhat acting. You have to kind of play towards the camera. You have to look believable. Modeling doesn't look superposed, although you just know your best angles and where the light is. But acting, there's so much more technically that you have to be aware of, as far as the way you express yourself, as far as playing towards the truth, really breaking a script down. So there's a huge learning curve. I'm still learning. I feel as though when I got into it, I immediately went to school and started devouring everything I could. I don't come from a theater background. I don't come from one where I had been acting all my life. So when I remember when my daughter's teacher retired, we all did a short little video to say goodbye. And I swear it took me like 7 takes. The poor friend who was behind the camera I was like, Kat, let's do it again. Natural. I was like a deer in headlights. I was not natural in front of the camera at all. So for me, it was a huge hill to climb to learn how to just speak truth into the lens and have it be believable. I remember looking over some old self tapes and, I was like talking to somebody over here and I was standing up and the camera was trying to follow me. I mean, I was a mess. So there's a lot that I had to learn technically, how to be in front of the camera, moving versus just taking stills. But I feel as though my background in graphic design really helped me understand, especially during auditions, like what would the art director or the client be looking for? What looks good in the scene? Just how to compose a scene, I think really helps. Sometimes even during acting class, I'm like, okay, so instead of a 2-person shot where we're looking at each other, how about I stand towards the camera and they're talking? So in an acting class, I'm like trying to art direct the scene.
No, that's great. You
Yes.
using your background and use it to your advantage and add that to your experience. So, and trust me, we all have stories of like, oh my God, that was so horrible. So, I have stories. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, this is not ending well for me.
I was just telling Job, the last play that I did, I went on stage. I mean, when you're live, things happen and you just have to kind of go with it. My wig was coming off on stage. And my scene was in a beauty salon, so it fell off right when I came out, and I was like looking around. I didn't even notice that the wig was gone. I just seen everybody looking at me like, so I grabbed the wig off the floor. Somebody threw it to me, and it fell on the floor. And I was like, how did this get on the floor? And the lady's like, you need to get your hair done. I was like, well, that's why I'm here, and I just had to cut that off. And I still had this, like my hair was wrapped under it, so I kind of shook it down and kind of, tried to make it look like this was part of what was supposed to be happening.
Oh,
and when I went backstage, I was like, I can't believe that happened.
That's a perfect way to just re-script the scene on the spot. Improv. I love it.
Yep.
We all have those moments where things just don't work out.
Didn't look good, and everybody did, including yourself, and you lick your wounds when you go home, and you stay up at night thinking,
like, oh my God.
So how could I have prevented this from happening?
This wardrobe malfunction with the wig.
You just keep going, just figure it out.
And the bad part about it is the wig was like when I put it back on, it was still slipping off. So when I was giving my monologue in the front, it was like,
oh my God.
I was like, you know what, this is not working out. Let's just cut this whole scene.
Oh,
Redo.
Yeah, there's I just learned of a bobby pin that has like little flecking on it, and it's called Frenchies, and like you stick those into your hair, because my hair has that problem where it just falls because it's so slick. So I found Frenchies that some makeup artist put in my hair, and like all I needed were 2, and like everything stays put.
I'm gonna have to definitely get some of those, because that's exactly what happened. My hair was so slick, the wig just came right off. One head turn and it was gone.
Too funny. Yeah, I don't have that trouble. Like I said earlier, I just just shake it off.
How about that time you came on stage? I mean, you came on the show with that wig from your show. It was
it was Althea, it was a film that I was doing, and I had to play 2 different characters. And I was like, how can I make this other character? Because I'm already bald. I don't have any. I was like, and we stopped by this wig store, and I was like, give me that afro. And so like we had to do the podcast while they're doing their scene in the other, downstairs room. And so I put the afro on, put the headset on, and put a hat on top of it. And I just came on, I'm just being silly and just like, and it like when they turned on, they was like, what is going on? This big massive afro. That film actually is coming out very soon. I think early next year, and I'm looking forward to it. It's gonna be that scene I did was pretty funny as well too. So I'm
my goodness,
I'm silly.
I think all of those help in playing towards the character and making it more fun. Like I'm sure wardrobe and all of that helped you get into that character. So that's so
Mhm.
Oh,
fun.
oh yeah, most definitely. Yeah, it was so much fun. And speaking of the characters and everything else, you have done a handful of excuse me, you've done a handful of commercials as well too. So, what has been one of your favorite experiences, or one of your most memorable moments in one of the few of the commercials you've done?
Recently we auditioned for something and all it said was soda brand. And I
Mm,
thought, this is going to be a big one. They're not naming the brand. It's going to be huge. So it was, just the audition was dance and have a good time and then pretend like you're drinking and you're barbecuing. And so, did a little spatula flip and caught it
yeah.
in the air and started dancing to single ladies and had my glove on and I got a call back. Well, callbacks are doomed anyway. You forget half of what they're telling you, and they're giving you all this new instruction.
Sure.
So you just get in there, you do your thing, and then again after the callback, you're like, oh, I forgot to dance, or I forgot to do my spatula flip, or I forgot all the fun things. I'm never gonna get the job.
Yeah.
So again, you're like licking your wounds for a couple of days. And then I got the call back
Hmm.
that it was for a Pepsi commercial. And I was like,
Yes.
I got it. So we all show up on set, and my friend was the principal background person. We were just playing background. And I look and it said Bobby Flay. And I thought, oh, is he pretending like he's Bobby Flay, like he's at the grill? And so we're on set and we're just catching up and chit chatting and having a good time. And then we look over and there he is, Bobby Flay on set.
Yeah.
It was really cool. Yeah, he was, just people look smaller in real life than they do on television, and you're like, oh wow, like he was right next to us at the table over, and we had no idea. We're like, who's that A-lister over there with his cool Adidas tracksuit? And so that was a lot of fun. That was really memorable. We had a great time on set. Um, but big sets, small sets, I mean, they're fun no matter what because of the people there, and you often get to see your friends and the it they're a lot of fun ones. So that was one, and let's see. I love getting texts from people because I am the
Mm,
first person you see when you walk into a Holiday Inn, and I'm holding a wine glass saying, "Come sit, eat
yeah.
with." And so it's been in a Holiday Inn lobby for the past 5 years, and so every time my friends have to take their kids on soccer competitions or, they're just traveling, they always take a selfie with me in the lobby. So it's fun getting to, uh, see other people see it also. It's a lot of fun.
Hmm. I,
Um,
I
yeah.
agree. That does sound like it was a fun. Yeah.
Yes.
Mhm.
So let's talk about some of your other roles now. Can you share a bit about the characters in the short film called Double Booked and See?
Okay, yeah. So in Double Booked, I play a mom who was supposed to take a break with her son.
Mm,
The director, I was friends with her in acting class, and she is a director, producer, writer, actor, Erica Waldorf. And she wanted to write a script about what would happen if people were booked on the same day and there's
mm,
only one room available. So
Mm.
this mother and son, she had just gotten a divorce and she just wanted to spend time with her son. And her
mm,
husband left her for a younger woman. Um, so we go to this retreat site, and lo and behold, I am double booked with another person who is there with his daughter trying to get away because his wife passed away. And
mm,
so we, kind of get into it at the beginning, and we end up getting locked in the bedroom together,
mm.
um, and just finding a connection and understanding how we both felt lost in a different way. um, and then just being able to kind of come to an agreement and start a new friendship. So that was a lot of fun.
That's
Um,
awesome.
yeah, and then on the other side, C was a story that was based on a true story. I was actually an art director on that one, helping the set just look the way it's supposed to, and just compose the scenes a little bit. And C was based on the story where a husband and a wife looked perfectly happy from the outside. And so I think the title C comes from what you see isn't always what you get. From the outside, they look like a happy couple that they were just starting their lives off. But if you looked a little deeper, he had a secret. And um, during the movie, you find out that he had ended his life because of a secret that uh, he had holding been holding all these years and kept from his wife. And after his after he died, his wife uncovers letters and kind of picks apart the mystery and understands what happens. And so I give it away because it's just now uh, going around the festivals and
Yeah.
is being told. So I'll leave it for y'all to see.
Yeah. Both sound like two beautiful stories that you and
Mhm.
that's great that you was to be a part of that. I was just saying that yesterday that I want to do great work and be a part of some memorable um scenes and just love the art that we put out there for others to enjoy. And it sounds like what you did was very remarkable and great storytelling.
Yeah. Yeah, it's fun. I've been trying to make it a goal now to just work on these films, no matter what, big or small. I just want to get in there and just, I told somebody the other day, they were asking, so you do this often? Like, what, why do you do these films where you hardly get paid anything? And I said, we pay for acting classes, and here's a whole production where you get to go in, and while they may not be paying much or anything at all, you're polishing your craft. You're seeing
Yeah.
what it looks like.
Mhm.
You're trying different things out. You're taking direction, and this is all just part of the growth process. So,
Mhm.
Yeah. I agree.
Like I want learning on the job.
yeah, absolutely,
Mhm.
absolutely.
Because there's nothing
Yeah.
like being in front
I
of
agree.
that camera or being on stage, and your adrenaline's pumping and,
Yeah,
maybe doing some work right and you have to improvise because nothing is always perfect. And
yeah,
I mean, you learn the best from obstacles and uncomfortable situations and
absolutely.
being on set and being on set or in theater, it makes you be into some uncomfortable situations and it gives you the opportunity for growth.
Yeah, yeah. I feel as though when it's like working under a deadline. I compare it
Mhm.
to working in the business world. When you have an audience there or you have a whole crew there, like, you've got to be prepared. You've got to get that script down. You've already, you know, have to work the scene different ways in your own mind, and just, the hours that you put into
Mm,
uh, working on it, that all goes towards your education and acting.
mm,
And so any opportunity there is, it,
Mhm.
it's a good one, good or
mm.
mhm.
I
Okay.
agree. I tell people it's like you back in school, like in college. It's like your
Mhm.
prerequisites before you get to the big stage. So that makes sense. Like like how you were saying, you learn from here from background, and you slowly graduate into getting a couple lines here, and then you finally get that role where you have more lines, and it's like they some depending on what route you take, or if you get blessed with a bigger role, but it's like you're being small, like a little bit spoon fed, a little bit, and
Mhm.
they guide you a little bit. Just okay, she or he can handle this, they can handle that. Okay, we see, and you grow and you learn, and it's fun to me. I just have so much fun doing
Yeah,
it and learning.
yeah.
So most
I
definitely,
remember my acting teacher, Deke Anderson. He was saying that one
mm,
time, casting director, because Deke's been around, probably
yeah,
almost everybody in Houston who's in acting has either heard of him or have gone through his class. And he said that one casting director looked over and he was like, "Oh, you're still here?" And, it was like 10 years later. And he said, "Yeah, if you can stick in the industry for at least 10 years, like you're solid. They can trust you with just about anything because you've put that many hours in it." And he goes, "So yeah, no matter what it is, like always have a monologue on hand that you're trying to memorize or something that you're working on. Because it takes that much time to really break in and feel comfortable and not that you're ever at ease on set or on stage, but I think just a lot of hours go into acting. Yeah. My husband is so funny. Whenever he's a reader for me, he'll take the script. He feels as though whatever he does is perfect. He feels like he could be an actor. He could do the modeling. Like he's very confident in his ability.
I love it.
Cracks me up because he'll take it and he'll be like, "And yes, the product works great. I use it all the time." And I'm like, "Honey, like, is that how you would say it in real life?" Me. I was like, "This radio voice that I would use." It takes years and years just to sound like you're talking to somebody.
Yes. Oh my God, that is too funny. And shout out to your family and your husband as well too. That is having a solid, amazing team of and your beautiful family to cheer you on. That is so awesome. That's amazing.
Yeah, they're super supportive, and I wish I could get him to be a reader all the time. He's so busy that I'm like, "Can you just record my voice and plug it in?" And I was like, "Well, I can, but it would be more natural. It comes off more, realistic if you're right behind the camera." But he's helping out. Yeah, he's been in a couple of commercials and last minute ads with me. So it's easy, and I'm like, "Well, yeah." He is actually pretty funny. Like during auditioning, he can think on the fly, and he puts out these good one-liners. And I'm like, "Honey, you have to do this with me because if you don't do it with me, then I don't get the job."
I love that, man.
Yes, I'm gonna have to use that with Mark, with my husband. I'll help you read, but I'm not doing this.
Bring your spouse to work day. I love that. That is so. All right. So, quick question: Were you in Mo as well too, or?
Yes. So of course, A24 Productions, you want to get on set no matter what the role is, if you're just a background or what have you. And any chance I got, I was on set. Like I knew hair and makeup really well. I knew some of the crew, and they were looking for background people for season 1. And it was really hard, I guess, for them to find background. Like, I'm not sure why it was so difficult, because I know a lot of people in Houston would have loved to have been in it, but maybe the way they got the word out. But yeah, any chance they're like, "Oh, are you free Tuesday? Great. Are you free Thursday? Yes. Are you free?" Okay. So like, yes, I'm here for it. If I don't have to, I hybrid homeschool my son Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. So I try to avoid Tuesdays, especially if possible. But any chance I got, I was on set. And so you'll see me pretty much through the season. "Oh, there she is with her son, riding a roller coaster." "Oh, there she is in the arcade." But they had this one great wedding scene that Mo was witnessing his best friend getting married, and he, in contrast, was having difficulties with his relationship. And so, the show's great. He's so funny, so sweet. And I was just hanging out, and they said, "Okay, we need to pull some people to be in the shot." And the father of the bride was this Texan with this white gown, 10-gallon hat, white hair. I mean, he's a sweet actor, but probably in his late 60s, with the white hair, he probably could have passed for 70. And although I'm not super young, but I guess camera wise, they thought I looked young, and being Asian, they thought, okay, you're going to be his wife. You're going to be the new wife, which reads on camera hilariously. So I got to be in a scene where we're just, there were a lot of scenes that they did not put in the final, but I was in the scene where they fixed the camera on us, and I've got this big smile, and of course the dad's looking somber and sad as he's wearing his daughter Dallas off.
That is cool.
Got to be a part of the production, and then in season 2, when it came around, I got to be in the scene there as well, where I'm sitting right next to Mo. But yeah, super fun, very cool experience to see what a huge production looked like. It was massive. It was just every single day. I was only there, like I said, every couple of days, but to wake up and do that grind over and over again, hats off to people who do seasons like that day after day.
Yeah. We were on patiently waiting for season 2 to come out. Whenever they get that, we were actually finally able to get on season 2 of Mo. So yeah, it was fun that day too. It was really fun.
Super really fun. I can't wait to see it. Yeah. Do you know what episode are you on? Do you know?
I'm not sure. I know we're a part of the barbecue cook-off scene. I was like chopping up the beef, the brisket, and everything, and one of the main characters came over, and I can't think of his name right now. But he came over and talked to me for a little bit, and I was like, yeah, and it was pretty cool. It was fun. It was cool. I had fun.
I think the carnival scene where he's on the roller coaster and stuff, and they go through the what's it called, the rodeos, like the carnival part of it. And they picked a few people to actually go on the ride with them, and I'm literally like right in front of them. So hopefully I make the scene. I got my fingers crossed.
Oh my goodness, that's super cool. How fun. Yeah. I'm in the scene where they're in a restaurant, and he has like a dream sequence where he is sword fighting, but I'm sitting next to him, and he throws a temper tantrum because they are serving hummus, which I guess isn't the way you're supposed to make hummus. But,
he makes a big deal out of
it. Yeah, it's always about the hummus.
Yeah, it's always about the hummus with him.
Yeah, it was pretty fun.
I'm definitely. Yeah, we're definitely looking forward to it when it comes out. So I also want to ask you. So let's go ahead and let's talk about Lioness.
Yeah,
which has some incredible talent in there. Man, so yeah, talk about your experience on the set of Linus, because a lot of people's been talking about that show as well too. But talk about your experience as well.
Yeah, it was pretty amazing. When I got the audition for it, I knew we were going to be on vacation, and I thought, you know what, I'm probably not going to get this, so I'm just going to do it. And just do it for the experience of it. We often do that. Like every audition is an opportunity to learn. And so my husband actually is in medicine, and he works from home as a radiologist, and he can dictate into his little dictaphone. And so for the past 30 years, we've been married for 30 years, if you can believe it. For the past 30 years, I've heard he's been training my ear to know how doctors sound when they're speaking to patients or nurses or doctors, or even just transcribing a report. And so I get the scene, and I even asked him, I said, hey, can you just read the scene? Tell me how you would read this off. And so he read it, and very dry, when they're talking to each other, life or death situations, they are always as cool as a cucumber, very much like, this patient's dying. Okay, well, what do we do next? And so, yeah, I found out that I got the part, and this is through the Campbell agency in Dallas. So I think the agency will often know what is being produced in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, and they'll always be looking for those scripts and those productions. And so I get a phone call from our booker over there, and she said, "You got the part." I was like, "What? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, that's amazing." It was like winning the lottery.
Yes.
However, we had just landed in Sedona, Arizona. Our first time. I didn't realize that we actually landed in Phoenix, which is 2 hours away from Sedona. And so we were like probably 15 minutes from arriving at our hotel. And I look at my husband and I was like, "Got good news and bad news. I got the part. It films in 2 days. So you're going to have to make this trip back to the airport to drop me off. And then you're going to have to pick me up again." So yeah, it was a very happy moment for me. I was willing to do whatever it took to get back on that show. She goes, "I know you're booked out, but like, would you consider doing it?" And I was like, "Yeah, of course."
Yeah.
Gotta make it happen.
Everything. I don't care where I am.
Right.
So, yeah, it was amazing. Like just the way they take care of you on these huge sets. They didn't pay for the flight in, but they, as soon as I landed, they took care of everything. And they have a nice little packet for you that tells you things to do in the Dallas area. They helped me rent a car, and they had a place where a lot of the crew and the other extras or co-stars were staying. And it was great. I mean, I shot actually on day one. And so when I arrived on set, everybody was super excited. Like the energy was palpable. And I sat in the chair and I was talking to hair and makeup, and they had flown probably the majority of the crew over from LA. Well, I mean, like the hair and makeup people were from LA. They had hired maybe a couple of local people in that trailer. And then I know that crew, there's some, of course, in the Texas area. I met somebody later who they were a day player, and they said, yeah, but it was wild because the base camp I drove up to an Amazon distribution center. And I was like, oh, okay, maybe they're just renting out the parking lot. And no, they had cleared the warehouse out to be their soundstage.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't realize you could also rent their distribution center. I don't know if it was an Amazon distribution center, but yeah, it was huge because I was like, oh, that's interesting. Are they like, I didn't realize Amazon sold tall plants. And because I was like, no, that's all for their set inside the thing. Wow. Amazing.
Yeah. You had a really great experience.
It was pretty awesome. I worked with David Annabelle, who I didn't realize until after the fact that I used to watch him all the time, and I was in love with him on Brothers and Sisters. Familiar, but he went from like red hair to like Santa Claus hair. I mean, he's so handsome. He's got this beautiful mane of white hair.
Yeah.
Like, when did you realize it? When it was like, hold on, wait. I used to love you. Where did you?
After I was already gone, I was like, oh, that's him. But we had a great conversation. He's super personable. It was really fun because after, so we get in, we change into our scrubs, we're waiting in our trailer. And then we piled all into a van, like everybody that was in the scene who I met my co-star. I don't want to mess his name up. Danny Boaz. He's super nice. He's the first person I met as I'm walking onto the set. But then, when we all pile in, there's David Annabelle, and I recognized him because I had crash watched all of season 1 like the night before, and introducing himself to everybody in the van, and then immediately he was like, "Hey, do you guys want to run lines?" So we're running lines in the van. It was really surreal. It was fun. And then we get on set and we're just learning about his background. And he said that, yeah, he moved to Texas. I don't think he's from Texas, but
wow,
he loved it so much. So yeah, I just learned a lot about him, and then just everybody, their experiences in acting, sharing about what they loved about it, how each acting role teaches them something about their just different experiences, how to be in the paramilitary, or, how to fight, just all the things that come with acting as well as being. Yeah.
Gotcha. That is so cool, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's so cool, and it's a really great show. I'm catching up on the other episodes as well too. So I'm really great show, and so I'm so happy for you. Like,
Oh, absolutely. Thank you so much. It was really exciting, just to be a part of any Taylor Sheridan production was pretty cool. I mean, they're shooting so much, they're bringing so much to Texas. So just to be a little bit of a part of that, it definitely puts a fire under you and makes you want to do more of that.
Yes.
Yeah, most definitely. And so we have a little quick game that we're gonna play real quick, called One Word Game, where nothing too crazy. We promise. Pretty much. So I'll explain the rules. So One Word Game is a game where the guest answers the questions with only one word, except for the very last question. So you up for it?
Sure.
All right, awesome.
I don't get enough if I fail, right? So
No. Oh no, you'll be fine.
It's a real fun game.
All right, so Tisha will go ahead. She'll take it away.
Okay, so I'm gonna say what the question is, and then you just respond with one word. Okay. What's your favorite food?
Avocado.
Favorite sport?
Basketball.
Favorite movie?
Shoplifters.
Okay. Favorite drink?
Mojito.
Ooh. Favorite cuss word?
Favorite cuss word? Dagnabbit.
I love
Favorite place to visit?
First, favorite place to visit? Taiwan.
Favorite song?
Oh gosh.
It could be more than one word, but just one title.
Yeah, I'll just go with Single Ladies for now. That's all I can think of.
That'll work.
Okay. Favorite subject in school?
Art.
Favorite animal?
Dog.
And final question, your favorite quote to live by?
Oh, my favorite quote to live by. That's a hard one. I will quote the Bible. Be strong and courageous.
Ooh,
Can't go
love it.
wrong with the Bible.
Can't go wrong with the Bible. Be strong and courageous.
Can't go wrong with the Bible.
It's so amazing.
I love it. Love it.
So the last cruise that I just went on, they taught us how to do the single ladies dance on the cruise. It was so amazing. I have video footage. I will never share it because I was horrible. But I learned the dance, and it was so fun because they had a group of they just announced it. They had people from 5 to 70, all in the big group doing single ladies. And let me tell you, it got a little wild.
Hopefully nobody punched each other with all the
oh my gosh.
Awesome. So fun. Yeah. It would take me months to learn that because she's so quick. I mean, it looks so smooth and good, but yeah, to make that look.
The instructor broke it down for us step by step. And I thought maybe because I'm coordinated, but I'm shy. So I was like, I'm shy when it comes to dancing. So I was like, I don't know if I should do this. And my sister was pulling me, come on, we're going to learn it. So I went out there and I learned the dance, and it was really fun. It was the best dancers were the 5-year-olds, let's just say.
Yeah, they just put it all out there.
Oh, they took it to a whole new level.
Exactly.
The kids were like, no, I'm gonna show y'all how we really do this.
So you learned the dance. It was so fun. So I challenge you to learn a little snippet of the dance.
Well, I have to learn how to break it down, so maybe you can teach me. You can show me your moves.
Too funny.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
got this.
Too hilarious. So, Althea, what type of gems or advice would you like to share with the audience that can help them with their acting career or just life in general?
Yeah, I feel as though acting, although I love it and that's my main pursuit right now, I feel as though living life and experiencing many different things would help any actor. Picking up different hobbies, just having different interests, because, as you know, it's especially in Texas. I mean, I know people who can do it, but they are hustlers and they're cobbling things together. But in the meanwhile, while we're waiting for our next big role, like to just go and try different things. I feel as though if I had gotten into acting right out of college, um, there are so many experiences that would have helped build the the repertoire to pull into acting, right? A lot of acting is substituting real life experiences for what you're feeling or emoting in acting. So I think just, do everything, go learn how to dance single ladies, go travel, go, just read, devour, observe life. I think experiencing life is just a great way. And, it's hard, my daughter, so going back to my daughter who was in theater and she was doing really well in modeling, she was getting callbacks, she was getting, national commercials. And then one day she got a call back for Bose headset. And she was so nervous going into it all of a sudden. And, it was a non-speaking role. And she came out of the audition. It was during COVID. So we just started self-taping. And she looked at me and she's like, never ask me to do another audition again. I was like, what happened?
Yeah.
She goes, I just did not do, I guess, what they're having her dance. And they're like, okay, now dance slower and like you're enjoying it and just take your time. And she just kept like doing her take on me dance like as fast as she could. I just really blanked out. And it's like her brain was growing and she just realized, oh my gosh, like all those little boxes on the screen are a person. And it got to her. And
Yeah.
so every audition after that, she's like, did I get it? And I said, well, I don't know. If you don't hear from them, it's probably a no.
Yeah.
And it's okay. You just let it roll off of you and you move on to the next one. Like, I don't even remember the audition I just did yesterday. I'm moving on. I just try to put it behind me and I get busy doing other things. Or, if I felt like I bombed it, then I'll go get a boba tea or something.
Yeah.
Just move on.
There you go.
And I think she was too sensitive to what other people thought. And I was like, oh yeah, you're not gonna be able to do well in this industry if you're taking everything so personally. Like on the art direction side, I know that when I saw models that we were going to hire for a shoot, all of them were great actors. All of them are beautiful in their own right. But I already had in my mind what I was looking for. And it was something that I needed to see first. I couldn't describe for you exactly what I was looking for. And so I never take it personally. I mean, sure, there are things that I really wanted and wished I got, but I knew that they were looking for something specific. And so I try never to take it personally. And I just get busy afterwards. I just do this and enjoy it and try to, have fun doing it. But yeah, never to take anything personally.
Yeah. Great advice. Great advice.
Yeah.
And thank you for sharing that as well too. I know your daughter; she's slowly learning, and she'll slowly get better. Like, and we got to remind ourselves that as well too as artists. Don't take it personally because we go through so many of these. Like you said, I wanted that one, but submit and forget. That's what we try to tell ourselves.
Yeah, when the stars align and you actually get the role, it's like the best feeling. I mean, you feel like you won the lottery, seriously, because get like almost 800 to 1,000 audition tapes, and they're just flipping through it, trying to find the thing. So when you get it, you really enjoy it. But yeah, auditioning is our work. I mean, that's where the it's done.
I agree. Yeah, man. So Althea, tell everybody where we can follow you at.
I am on Instagram at Althea K Lee, Althea Kaylee, ALTHEA KAYLEE.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Althea Lee. This was her very first podcast interview. It
And
was
she's
amazing. That was
amazing.
fun.
Thank you so much for having me. It was great to meet you both. Yeah, I'm going to follow you guys.
Thank you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to The Balancing Act. This is where we highlight individuals that's been a part of the entertainment industry for quite some time, and we got to give them their flowers. For this Balancing Act, we want to highlight somebody who I've been following for quite some time, and I've just been amazed and inspired by her. I also need to get in the gym, just like her. But I want to highlight her Instagram is Get Fit with Jessica, aka Jessica. I don't know her last name, but yeah, Jessica, who is pretty much was a stage 4 cancer survivor. And what I mean by that is that she had battled cancer, of course, and she had to do some life changes in her life to get healthy, to fight cancer. Um, she even has her own, let me see, health and wellness website, and she's always sharing tips with eating healthy, eating better, or cutting down some of those foods that you shouldn't be messing with, or cutting down foods that you don't want to eat some certain foods and everything. But she's dope. She's amazing. She's really dedicated her life to fitness, and she looks very healthy, and looks like she's been really doing very well. And so shout out from Just Acting Up Show. Very proud of you for what you're doing, inspiring and motivating not just myself but others around the world. I don't know, maybe we can get on the show one day and really highlight her and talk to her about her journey in itself. But if you go on Instagram, Get Fit with Jessica, you'll see what I'm talking about. Hey, I wouldn't mess with her. Like, girl, like she fit. So yeah, shout out to you, Jessica, and many
Yes,
blessings.
shout out to Miss Jessica. Please
Yeah,
come to the show.
please, we'll love to hear more about your story. Yeah. And clap it in, clap it in, clap it in, clap it in. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, that is a wrap for the episode. Man, like we said, wish we could keep talking to y'all all day, but we got things to do ourselves. As a mom, I'm a dad. We act, we model, we sing, we dance, we go home. We do a lot of stuff to keep our life going. And I don't know why I'm dancing like this, because that's what we do. So, with that being said, to say, you got anything before we wrap up and go?
No, I'm just telling everybody here, happy Thanksgiving. Make sure that you thank, thank, thank everyone that is around you, and be thankful for being able to, be with your family, your friends. Make sure you mend any relationships that have been broken. We always think we have extra time, but we don't always have extra time. So this Thanksgiving, let's be thankful for all of the love, support, and continuous friendships and relationships and networking relationships that we have created.
Ditto to that. I agree. And be careful with them Thanksgiving clapbacks. Don't listen to me. Don't get in trouble. Don't be fighting at Thanksgiving, y'all.
Don't listen.
Don't listen to me. So y'all be good, be blessed, be good to one another. See y'all next time. Just Acting Up Show. Peace.
Don't eat too much turkey.
Don't eat too much. Got workouts. I'm just playing. Yeah, go do you. Love
And
y'all.
save me a piece of sweet potato pie. None of that pie from the store. I want fresh yams.
Can I get to the yams? Sweet. Okay, I gotta go for me. Y'all have a good one. See y'all next time.